Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix, and welcome to a new series I'm starting called Monograph Monday. A monograph is a detailed written study of a single specialized subject or an aspect of it, and my goal in doing this is to create ephemera that focuses on a single aspect of journal construction. So today's focus is putting napkins over magazine pages or any shiny page image and making a piece of ephemera out of it. So let me show you what I've made. So first off, we have a tiny tag that I made from an image out of a magazine that I purchased at an antique store that has prints of old artwork in it. So there's that, and I've just backed it onto heavy Kraft paper. Next we have an image that I took out of I think it was like a vintage Better Homes and Garden. I don't remember the exact magazine it came out of, but anyway, it was a whole picture like this. And on a previous video, the haul video where I got it, where I showed it, I talked about cutting it in two and making a postcard. So I've not put the postcard stamp on the back, but I have made journaling cards out of them. So this is another journaling card I made out of the magazine with the artwork in it. I think it's called The Courtship. This little couple walking down this little lane, and a journaling card. It's also quite big. It's like a 4x6, give or take a little, and so it could also double as a part of a cover if you wanted to put it on the cover of a journal. And the same with this one. This is a lady pouring a cup of coffee for her friend or person who's in the house with her, and so it was quite a wide picture, but I cut the middle out of it, added a few flowers. There's a little flower sitting on this shelf right here, and I decided to add these flowers as just a decoration. I got a critter flying around here. We live in the South. There's mosquitoes everywhere. So so this could also be a journaling card or a cover put on another substrate. This one was in the previous video where I talked about doing this, and so I just made a plain journaling card out of it, or it could be a plain cover, or it could have other embellishments added to it. And this one, I made it to be a journal cover. I have quite a few large books that I have gutted and to use as journals in the near future, and this I think will make a really good cover for a journal. And I might even just glue it down on three sides and put a little, like a hidden pocket on the cover. I'm not sure about that yet, but at any rate, that's what that is. So what I'm going to do today is I got a couple of small images, and I'm just going to do a demonstration of how I made these, and I will be right back. I'm going to put the camera on pause and get my materials together, and then we'll do just a quick little project. Okay, I'm back. I've got these two small images that I'm going to put a napkin on. What I have found is that the lighter images do better the colors show up better on the images that are lightly colored than the dark images. It works out that on the images that have a lot of dark colors, the napkin ends up just being white on top of it, and it doesn't give it a good, to me it doesn't give it a good coverage. But let's see if I can get this on here without, well, I was trying to do it without it tearing, but let's see if we can, that's a little bit better. And I left the image deliberately with a border around it so I could trim it. And the one thing I've noticed about this particular napkin that I'm using from the, it was a 3-ply napkin, and you know, some 3-ply napkins are very well made, but this one, I don't think it could be any cheaper, honestly. I'm not sure what that is on the napkin, but I'm gonna try to get it out. There we go. Yeah, it's just not a good quality napkin. See that right there? Okay, so I'm going to pause again because, as I told you in my last video, I iron everything. So what I will be doing with these images is letting them dry for just a minute, and then I'm going to turn them upside down on a piece of parchment paper, and I'm going to iron them from the back side, and then once the glue has dried, I'll flip them over and iron them from the front side, and then I'll come back and we'll trim them down and put them on a craft paper back. Okay, you can see here how that the dark hair on the lady just didn't come through that well. So I would recommend just using the lighter colors. So this one turned out to me really well. So what I'm going to do now is trim this napkin off of it like so. And I guess I could go ahead and do this one. I'll cut it up, but I won't put it on the back. I don't know what I'll do with it. It didn't turn out as well as I thought it would. The one good thing is sometimes, if you don't like how it is, sometimes the glue will let go and you can pull the napkin off. But that doesn't happen always. That's just a fluke sometimes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get my little trimmer over here, if I can remember which way I use it. And I'm just going to line this little paper up and do a quick trim. Here. To give me the little piece of ephemera that I want to have. And so there is just my little, I think it's the Streets of France, if I'm not mistaken. The image on the description of the painting didn't tell me what city it was in, but it was in French, so I'm going to assume that's where it is, since that's where the umbrellas are. Okay, so for this picture, I'm just going to round, or not picture, but this piece of ephemera, I'm just going to round the corners with the number 10, and I always use it upside down so that I can see what is actually happening. And then this is some of my homemade ink. This is the lid to a glass bottle, or a glass jar that has the little plastic seal, and it works perfect, fits right in there. So I just am going to give it just a little bit of an ink around the edge. Just to give it a little something, and make sure the edges are not still white. Let's put this back out of the way so I don't accidentally hit it and dump it. I guess I need a ruler that I hadn't had yet. So now this is going to glare, but it's the ruler I like to use. So it's just a touch. We're going to call it 4 1/4 by 3. So we're going to, I think it'll work on this just fine. Oh yeah, it will. It'll work on this just fine. So what we're going to do is shake this down. And I number my little glue bottles so that I make sure that I empty them before I start using another one. So yeah, we're just gluing this down with this is just regular PVA glue. It's Elmer's brand. I think it's like the quick dry version. And I just decanted it into these small little bottles. I bought some new bottles the other day that don't have this little stopper thing attached, because that thing just gets on my nerves. So when I empty this, I'm going to change over to a different kind of bottle that still has a needle but don't have this little thing that gets in the way all the time. Okay, so let's line this up, and hopefully my head's not in the shot. Line this up just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, now I'm not going to pause, but I'm just going to give it a quick iron. Iron's right here to the left of me, and just yeah, get it down. Well, that didn't go as planned. Oh well, it's fixable. Well, it's actually not bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just I'm going to trim just a touch off of this side, about that much. I'm trimming through a double thickness of heavy Kraft paper, and it's not happy about it. And then let's go through this one. There we go. Alright, that should even up the sides. Makes it look a lot better. Okay, so number 10 is what we did. Oh, my cutter don't want to cut through that. Okay, 1 second, let me get another trimmer that hopefully will cut through it. I didn't have this problem when I was doing the other ones, but it's not going to work. So I guess I'll be using a different trimmer, huh? Oh, there we go. Maybe I just wasn't holding my mouth right. That's what my dad used to say when I was growing up. My dad and my mom both, and my sister, they all play guitars and banjos and other such instruments, and if Daddy missed a chord, he'd say that he wasn't holding his mouth right. Man, that sounds like a shotgun going off. But it's because of the double thickness of heavy Kraft paper. I probably should have known better, but you know, you live and learn. That's what they say. Don't know how much living or how much learning. Alright, yay. Now we got somewhere. Let me bring my ink back in. And just to have me a little bit. And I'm just going to put a little bit along the edge here. And I use, I make ink out of ink markers and things like that, but I also make it out of coffee. That's what this is. It's very strong coffee with a little bit of baking soda and a whole bunch of alcohol. And that's my alcohol ink. I mean, we dye our papers in coffee and all such as that, and then go out and pay high prices for someone else's version of a brown. So this is just getting a nice brown. Okay, so let's move that to the side, put that there. So this is just a simple little journaling card. It could be decorated more, or it could be left plain. You could make a tag out of it, just punch a hole and it becomes just a regular tag, but I'll probably leave it just like it is until I'm ready to put it into a journal. So, thank you very much for watching, and sorry I had to pause so much, but this is my first time really doing this sort of thing, so I'm learning as I go. But I will see you next Monday with a project that focuses on some element of journal construction or ephemera construction. Just a quick, simple little how-to / tutorial / DIY project. Alright, see you in the next video.